Hi everyone, I'm Shanice and I'm joined by my co-host
Rashida.
And we are bringing to you another treats vlog / podcast. And we're talking about something that's a little more serious than our normal videos, but I think it's necessary we engage this topic. We are going to go ahead and dive into mental health on this vlog. Now, before we get started, let me set the record clear. We are not giving out medical advice. We are not telling you, what is law. Okay, we are just sharing with you our opinions on this topic here. So we're gonna jump right into it.
So the topic that we had was, is mental health an excuse for poor decisions?
So we want to know basically, do people with mental health conditions or illnesses get a pass? Mental health it spans from on a large scale. You have major clinical diagnoses such as bipolar, schizophrenia, as low as depression, OCD, which is a condition,
obsessive compulsive disorder,
and depression, things like that. When is it ever okay to utilize the condition to excuse what people do?
To excuse their behavior.
To excuse behavior. People who are diagnosed with, let's say, a bipolar disorder, and they go off and go do something that could potentially hurt someone. Is this person expected to be held accountable punitively for their actions?
That's a hard topic because you don't want someone to be faulted for something they have no control over.
That part.
We know that some things can trigger other things with mental health. So
use of drugs, yes, alcoholism.
Yes. And sometimes any type of trauma.
Right.
Any type of trauma can trigger something and somebody's going off the deep end.
Right.
So, I mean, because the brain is a powerful thing, and one snap and baby, you flying over the cuckoo's nest. What's that book? Bird That Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
I haven't read it.
Oh, something like that. It's hard to say because you have people that have done some things and they're in jail and they plead insanity.
When they are tried, they are in that process. They're clinically diagnosed. During that process, they are clinically diagnosed.
Yeah, but they ain't show insanity initially. But now you go and chop somebody's head off.
I find it very hard to believe that you are a normal person. You understand? Like you can't be normal and do stuff like that.
Yeah, something triggers something snaps.
Right, your wire then got crossed. Okay, this plug then went on to this side of the brain and. It's chemically talking. I mean, I can't believe that a normal person would go and do something like that. Which leads us into the young man, Robert Kelly.
Robert
Kelly. I'm not here to judge that man, okay? And I say that, I preface this with those words because we are in a world, right, when we don't know all of the facts. We judge. It's just a normal human concept, right? To just try to piece something together. So I'm not here to judge him. I do have some concerns about his actions. I think it's like 4 women who have decided to come forward anonymously and talk about sexual abuse. And I did watch the interview with Gayle King, which was very, very intense. Very intense. So here are my concerns. That this young man, is being accused by grown women for sexual abuse. Number 1.
While they were
underage minors who went to a concert, happened to see they idol, whatever he was to them at that time, and was invited to a room to go conduct sexual acts and whatnot. So I have some concerns. If it's true or not, I do not know. But my thought process is, you are a 100% grown man.
He's the Pied Piper. He said he's the Pied Piper. And what is the Pied Piper?
What is the Pied Piper?
He played a flute to lure children.
Oh, is that what the Pied Piper is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why would you put yourself in a position, right, where you are in a company of minors, considering your history? And that's what he was arguing on this interview.
The Joker made out and think he did it.
I honestly think it's a lead-in to what's about to go on. If he is found guilty of any of these charges, and he is telling himself he did not do it, I think at some point he's gonna be assessed medically, right? And I gotta find something wrong up here with this young man. Okay, so there's been a lot of speculation and a lot of comments that the parents should be held accountable, right?
They have to take
I'm gonna take a different approach to that, okay? Because she believes that the parents.
I'm not saying all the responsibility, but why weren't you with your child?
This is how I'm interpreting their decision to leave their children with this man. Okay, because I've had multiple conversations with people who say, "Oh, I would never," he was accused of XYZ. I would never leave my child. But I will say this: on the documentaries and during the interviews, the parents were stating stuff like he was acquitted. He was charged, but he was acquitted. So we believed that he did not do these things. If I thought that he had did something inappropriate, one, my children would not be around a person in that manner. If you were capable of harming or doing something inappropriate with children, or I thought you had, though I had no proof or it didn't settle with my soul right, you would not be around my children, period. So I don't think that the parents really believed that he had did what he did. I think they
do.
I'm gonna tell you why. They were attending his concerts. They were still enjoying his music. You're listening to this man's music. Mm-hmm. Where in your soul do you believe that it is true, but you go and listen to his music? You go to a concert. This is where I'm saying I don't think that the parents really believed that at the time he was capable of that.
Where are Aaliyah parents?
Right. So I don't think that it's fair to bring her into it, considering the young lady is deceased. And I think if I were in their shoes, I would not want my daughter's name.
But her name is already out here.
It is, but I wouldn't want it in that manner. Where it
right, but my thing
back
is,
and forth about having been with this man.
So you're a parent, I'm not, but as a parent, if you know that something else could prevent another child from things happening, the things that happen to your child, and you say, okay, you know what, I do not want this to happen to another child, would you stay silent?
I wouldn't stay silent if I felt like I could make a difference or I wanted to get involved in that manner. Maybe they've come to peace with what has happened with their daughter and just don't want to be brought into that.
I can see that.
At the end of the day, I'm not judging him. I think there should be some accountability for what he has done or what he has allegedly done. There should be some accountability, meaning, maybe I did make some mistakes when it came to being in the room with a 14-year-old by myself. I didn't sleep with her, but maybe I should not have been there, So at some point in his career, he should have deaded that. The law says that at the age of 18, you are a grown adult and you should not be engaging in activities with children, with minors. So, we're slapping him on the wrist or slapping him on the hand, but there's a lot of people that need a lot of slapping.
It's a lot of people that need a lot of slapping. It is. Mental health and poor decisions. R. Kelly. He's an example, and I think that he is struggling with some mental health issues, and I think that was triggered from him and his childhood sexual abuse. Mm-hmm. Do they get a pass? Individuals who suffer with mental illnesses, do they get a pass? I think it's situational. All I can say is the people just need to get checked out.
I want to say, if someone around you is telling you that they are not themselves, or you notice as a friend, as a family member, that this person is not themselves, ask the hard questions. Because I'm telling you, too many times we are ignoring those signs and we are telling people that they're going to be okay, that all these issues are fine, everybody goes through it. Listen, somebody who's battling with some type of mental health, depression, suicidal ideologies, these are things that you do not want to say. And in fact, you want to give them some help or ask them, because they may very well tell you, I am not okay and I need some help. Mm-hmm. And if they do tell you that, do not ignore it. Go get them some help.
Thank you all for joining us. It's been a minute, but we back on, y'all, and we have some more interesting topics.
We do. I just thought it's a little more serious, a little more deep, but it was necessary to talk about. Mental health is a serious thing.
It is.
And y'all see Momo running around here on the internet. Let me tell you something, Momo. Come and pop up on my screen. Come and pop up on my screen, Momo.
Momo gonna pop up at your door.
Look, pop up.